with the small leagues too.
Oh, 14 returning starters for this Colorado Buffs team. As you take a closer look at their schedule, starts with Hawaii. And of course, UMass, we saw that matchup a year ago as well. The conference slate certainly difficult, as it's going to be for every single one of these teams in the conference. And it all starts with Oregon, which is never a fun matchup. But the Ducks will have to go to Boulder for that game. And then obviously ASU, Arizona, heavy dose of some of the premier teams, one of the toughest divisions, if not the toughest, in all of college football. Senior right tackle Stephane Nembot is with us, and Kenneth Olugbode. Did I say that? I keep messing that up, and I practice it about 900 times, so which is never a good thing. Please correct me, Kenneth.
Olugbode.
Thank you very much, guys. It is great to have you on the set. Stephane, I want to start with you because I'm getting ready, and I all of a sudden I hear that you're a prince, and that just continues to pop up. And I knew you had to have known that was going to pop up. Can you explain to me, or should I be calling you Prince?
No, you don't have to call me Prince. It's on my mom's side, really. So my mom is the princess of my tribe, Bafusam. So, yeah. Wow, you guys got everything ready.
We got the picture ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, so it's my mom. So, she's the daughter of the king of Bafusam, where I am from, as far as my mom is concerned. And, people call her princess and they tend to call me Prince, but I think that's more my mom than I, so.
Kenneth, do you guys call him Prince in the locker room, or you just leave that one alone?
No, we leave that one alone.
And when you're his size, everyone calls you what you want to be called, I would think.
Yeah, so. Call me Stephane, whatever you want to call me, big guy, whatever, I'm fine with it.
Hey, that Prince is a nice title. Speaking of titles, you were projected to be a defensive end, Stephane, I'm talking to you. The move to offensive tackle, why the move to the offensive side of the ball?
I think maybe at the time the coach thought that it was the position where I will be best at or excel the most at, at the time. I still practiced that. I remember my first year starting. I practiced that whole, training camp as a defensive end. Mm-hmm. I knew I was coming as a defensive end, and surprisingly, three games in, I'm going in as a right tackle. So it was something because most of the offensive linemen were really hurt, and we didn't have enough backup. And coach figured that since I'm kind of aggressive, it would be better for me to just go in for the run play. And Jack Harris at the time was playing right guard, so he would just tell me whatever direction play is going, and I would just go there and just mess things up. So,
I'll tell you what, I would not want to be a defensive end going up against the Prince right here. And Mike, we're going to start calling you Prince, I think, for the rest of the day.
I'll take it.
On set.
You got to call the title.
Usually what you guys do call me is something I don't want to be called, so I'll go with that one.
Kenneth, I want to talk to you, man. This is a team, 4 losses by 5 points or less. We all saw those games, had a chance to call a lot of those games. What have summer workouts been like for just the players? Because you're not around the coaching staff. What are you guys talking about to try to get over that hump and turn those triple overtime losses into wins?
Yeah, working hard and getting your foot over the line has been a big thing for us, because it's the little things that cost us games. So just like we do a lot of runs where you have to get to a certain point and get your foot over the line, and because the game honestly comes down to a game of inches. So get your foot over the line, go where you got to be, and that's big for us.
Has everybody bought in? Is it all the fellas, they are all in? And if you're not, are you able to call someone out?
Yeah. And it's a lot easier now. I know earlier when I first got there, it was kind of hard to call people out, and it kind of got to like a face-to-face thing. But now it's not personal. Now it's for the team.
You guys had a young team last year. Of course, you guys are a year older. Do you see the maturity from your football team, not just physically but mentally?
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah, go ahead.
I think this year, as far as maturity, we can see because guys start getting less in trouble. You know, we used to have, you know, the LAPD all the time. Not LAPD, I mean the Boulder Police, you know. So this year, I think guys took it upon themselves to be accountable to each other. You know, sometimes like when someone want to go out, they know I don't drink, they will be like, hey, let's go out. So if something happened there, I will be the first one to pull him and be like, let's go back home, you know.
good.
So I think those are the little things that we missed before. We didn't have enough team chemistry, and that's why this summer for us was big on trust, like
Right.
trusting each other, trusting that the guy next to you is going to do the right thing every time. So I think that's what it was able to bring us back together and make the summer training a little easier. Because just like you said, before calling guys out, I used to just be like, hey, I guess we're going to have to fight today. So,
No, we don't.
So it wasn't too many fights, right?
you know, but now, you know, I think with the leadership of Stephane as a quarterback on offense, his leadership on defense with Jerry Burrow, seniors guys, myself, you know, I think the team was able to, you know, come together and look toward one direction. We want to go to a bowl game this year, so that's the goal.
Kenneth, bottom line in the Pac-12, everybody talks offense, but you got to win games on defense. What's your new defensive coordinator been like?
Coach Levis is a great guy. You know, he comes out with a
you're
lot
laughing.
of energy. Yeah, a lot of energy. Every day he's out there running with us too sometimes, and right when you step on the field, no walking anymore. You're running everywhere you go.
You got an impersonation for us?
It's everything. We're moving.
Speaking of coaches, Kenneth, you were originally committed to San Jose State, correct?
Correct.
All of a sudden, Coach Mack gets the job at Colorado. You make the switch.
Yeah.
What is it about Coach Mack that made you make that switch?
His personality, and he's big on building men, not just football players, but men for the real world and after football, and helping your family out and being able to support not just yourself, but your family.
You know, I was looking at some of the numbers here as we take a closer look at some of your plays from last season, Kenneth. You know, the scoring defense, and you know this. I mean, how aware and what are the conversations like when you know that you guys rank 11th in the conference in terms of points allowed, 39 per game? You guys got to realize that, hey, that comes down a little bit. We might win a couple of these games. What are you guys talking about with regard to that from last season?
Finishing is our thing. Like, there's times where we would go down early in the game, and we'd come back, but we just needed one big play, or we needed to stop somebody here or there, and we just couldn't do it. And I think if we change that around, those close games will become W's.
Do you guys buy that that's going to happen this year?
Oh yeah, it's a mental thing, and it's just everyone doing their job when it comes down to it.
So we only got time for one more question, but I'm dying to ask this one because offense and defense, they talk trash a lot. We talk a little bit. You speak, 9 different African dialects, French and Spanish. You ever once in a while bust out one of those and you're talking trash the other side of the ball?
I mean, yeah, I always talk trash, you know. I mean, that's it's very powerful thing to be able to get into somebody's mind without even having to touch them. So every time I say something in a different language, they start wondering, like, what is he really saying? They're like, hey, this is America. Well, I guess we can move into Africa today, you know. So it's pretty cool.
I'm scared. He's in my mind right
It's
now.
also good when you want to say something to the coach.
And I know you had mentioned this before, the languages. True or false, though, real quick, you almost played basketball at UCLA? Was that?
Yeah, I did get a full ride to go there. When Ben Olen was coaching there?
Yeah.
Was it Ben Olen? Yeah, Ben Olen. Because I was mostly playing basketball, you know, Bamute.
Yeah.
So he's the one that helped me get into America.
What could have been? Could have been rocking. Maybe you talk to Jim Moore if you want. Just say, I could have been on campus. You would have been trying to get me to go and play football for UCLA. Guys, once again, congratulations, obviously, on continuing to develop, and wish you nothing but the best of luck this upcoming
Thank
season.
you very much.